The grand ballroom glittered with crystal lights. Cameras flashed from every corner as guests whispered about the wedding of the year. Aram Malik, the young CEO of the powerful Malik Group, stood proudly at the altar in his black tuxedo, waiting for his bride. And then she entered.
Isla.
Dressed in a simple white gown, she looked graceful, calm, and breathtakingly beautiful. But among the rich elite guests, many stared at her with judgment. "She's just a school teacher," someone whispered. "How did she trap Aram?" Another mocked. But Aram ignored them all. He loved Isla with all his heart. Only one person refused to accept her: his mother. Shahnaz Malik, the proud widow who ruled the Malik family with an iron heart, watched Isla with burning hatred. To her, Isla was poor, ordinary, and unworthy of their empire. As Isla bent respectfully to touch her feet before the ceremony, Shahnaz suddenly pulled her hand away and slapped her hard across the face. The entire hall froze. Isla stumbled backward in shock. Gasps echoed through the ballroom. "You will never be part of this family," Shahnaz shouted angrily. "Girls like you only marry rich men for money." Tears filled Isla's eyes. Aram immediately stepped forward. "Mother, enough." But Isla quietly held his arm. "It's okay," she whispered painfully. No one noticed the old man standing near the entrance, watching everything silently. An old lawyer, Mr. Karim. His eyes narrowed with disbelief. Because the girl Shahnaz had just humiliated was actually the hidden heir to a billion-dollar fortune connected to the Malik Empire itself. 23 years earlier, during a terrible business war, Malik Group's founder had secretly protected his closest friend's newborn daughter after her parents died in an accident. That baby girl inherited half the shares of an overseas company worth billions. For safety reasons, her identity was hidden. Only one trustee knew the truth: Mr. Karim. And now, after years of searching, he had finally found her.
Isla.
The wedding hall remained tense. Shahnaz crossed her arms proudly, believing she had protected her family's dignity. Then Mr. Karim slowly walked toward the stage. "Mrs. Malik," he said firmly, "you owe this girl an apology." Shahnaz scoffed. "And who are you?" Without another word, he handed Aram a sealed document. Aram opened it. His face turned pale. "What?" he whispered. The guests leaned closer. Aram looked at Isla with trembling eyes. "These papers say Isla owns 51% of Orion Holdings." The room exploded into whispers. Orion Holdings was bigger than Malik Group itself. Shahnaz laughed nervously.
Impossible.
But the lawyer continued calmly. "She is the legal heir of the Rahman family fortune. Everything was hidden until her 25th birthday for her protection." Isla stood speechless. "I never knew," she whispered. Mr. Karim smiled gently. "Your parents wanted you raised away from greed. They wanted you to grow up with kindness, not pride." Shahnaz's face lost all color. The same girl she had insulted in front of everyone was wealthier than all of them. But what broke her completely was what happened next. Isla slowly wiped her tears and looked at her softly. "I would have happily lived my entire life as a simple teacher," Isla said. "I never wanted riches. I only wanted a family." Silence filled the hall. Her voice shook. "But today, you slapped me before even knowing my heart." For the first time in years, guilt crushed Shahnaz's pride. Aram held Isla's hand tightly. "Whether rich or poor," he said emotionally, "I would still choose you." Many guests lowered their eyes in shame, because the girl they mocked for being ordinary turned out to be the richest soul in the room long before anyone knew about her fortune. Days later, shocking news spread across the country. Isla Rahman had become the youngest female owner of Orion Holdings. But instead of revenge, she used her wealth to build schools, orphanages, and hospitals in her parents' memory. One evening, Shahnaz quietly visited Isla alone. Without makeup, without pride, without guards. Just a broken mother. With tears in her eyes, she folded her hands. "Can you forgive me?" Isla looked at her silently for a long moment. Then she stepped forward and hugged her. And Shahnaz broke down, crying in her arms. Because that day she finally understood. True royalty is not found in money, but in kindness.